Back to that Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.
All right, Kevin McCullough, glad to have you with us one more time. I want to bring it to your attention tonight. We've talked about it a lot over the course of the evening, but it is our very important campaign to help liberate human lives, human beings, from the totality, from the terrorism, from the all-out heinousness of human slavery. In northern Sudan, the people that we are helping, the women and children that we are liberating, were taken against their will. They were taken as hostages, taken from their homes, dragged from their homes, dragged to a place that was strange to them. They are Christian. Their captors are Muslim. There's so many comparisons to what Hamas did to the hostages that it's holding and what the Arab Muslims in Sudan have done to the Christians. The difference is you have the entire world focused on the hostages in Gaza, and you have no one focusing on the innocent women and children that have been mutilated, abused, beaten, repeatedly treated in ways that are inhumane. You know, some of the things that were hard to deal with in the Gaza hostage situation was that Hamas put online all of the evil that it did. It showed videos of all of the heinous things it was doing to its hostages. Nobody's done that to the hostages in northern Sudan. What they've done instead is they've tried to cover it all up and keep it quiet. But these women have undergone the most heinous type of treatment. Imagine being told, simply because you were Christian and not Muslim, that you had to go down to a dirty river, take the lid of a tin can, cut out with a, however they got it cut out, and remove your own sexual sensory organ, basically. That you cannot be a good Muslim woman until that is removed, to basically circumcise yourself. Some of these slaves endured infection so bad after that procedure, it's called female genital mutilation, that they died from infections that set into their bodies. The ones that lived suffered many long years trying to recover, and some of them still endure sickness now because of the way that it was handled. But that's just one aspect of the life of what these women have gone through when they were taken as spoils of war. They've been abused by their slave owners. They've been abused by the slave masters' wives. They've been called names that are so profane, we don't have an English equivalent for it in the English language. And on top of all of that, they were not treated well. They're not given enough food to eat. They're not given clothes to wear. Anything that they have is more or less stripped from them. And whatever they do have, when we end up liberating them, they have essentially nothing. So when they are relocated to the South Sudan recovery camp, and they're allowed to talk to a doctor and to get some counseling and to be given a change of clothes, or maybe more than one. They're given the bag of hope, which has enough grain to feed them for a year, enough seed to plant another year's worth of grain, other utensils that they need to fish and cook and clean with. When they're given all of this stuff, they've never received anything so generous in their life. And friends, that's what your $250 gift provides. It provides the gift that gives them all of the essentials to start their life over in freedom. Once they are liberated, they need this bag of hope. That's what your $250 provides. And the funnest part of all of it, a little she-goat that they can use to breed, to have a micro-enterprise business, to support themselves, to create milk and cheese products for their own consumption, for their consumption of those things for their children. It's such a joy. They've never known such gifts in their whole lives. And because you do it through Christian Solidarity International, they already know of CSI. And when they see the CSI logo, it just brings hope to their heart in a huge way. Friends, could you see your way to help one of the 38 women that we have left to liberate this year? That's what it costs, $250 per slave to liberate them and to get them started on their new life. 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. Now let's hear a story of someone that we've liberated in the past, and the same kind of outcome could be affected for someone this year if you make that gift right now. 888-342-1010 or bringherhome.org.
I was a child when I was abducted by the Arabs. My parents used to own livestock, and my mother would do all the cooking for us. I don't remember the year that I was captured. There had never been any problems in our village. Then one day, all of a sudden, we heard that there were Arabs attacking Dinka villages throughout the south. We were so worried we could not even sleep at night. It was a big concern to my mother and my father. We were told that these Arabs were heavily armed and would kill all the animals and people when they would attack. We were very scared. Then one morning, they attacked our village. We scattered in different directions and I ran, but I was captured. My entire village was burned down, and I've never seen a member of my family since. Then I was taken north, into slavery. My eyes saw horrific things on that trip to the north. Women were raped right in front of us. Men were beaten, and 4 men were killed because they tried to fight back. They were shot dead before our eyes. Once at the slave master's house, I was pretty much starved and worked brutal hours every single day doing difficult and very, very hard work. There was no relief. And then they raped me. My slave master did not think of me as a human. He would not even let me go to the hospital when I fell sick. And one day I heard that there was a slave retriever from CSI close by. How I wanted to be free. That retriever secured my freedom. And thank God I was able to return to South Sudan. Thank you to each of you who helped the slaves be free. But please don't stop until we get them all.
It's a reasonable request. The phone number is 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. And your gift right now of only $250 will liberate another girl like Ahok, the one you just heard the story from. The names may sound different to our Western ears, but their hearts, their desires, their lives are no different than your own daughters. Friends, if you believe that slavery is evil, and if you believe that we should be here to make a difference, then please do. Pick up the phone, 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. You can also give online by just going to bringherhome.org. That's bringherhome.org.
Ready or not, he'll be right back. That Kevin